Well, this week has not gone exactly as planned. Actually, this month has not gone exactly as planned. So instead of stressing about it, I thought we'd hang out in the seed room, get a few things done. Let me show you what I'm going to do to make up some time. For this video, I'd actually planned a really nice tallow balm, a new recipe I'd wanted to try out, but I'm sure you can relate. So let's start with back in February, where I was going to start seeds for some cabbages, all the things, onions. Well, I started that one roll of onions and I didn't get another seed started. So my catch-up plan is I bought a few seedlings. We're going to get some other things started. It's okay. Life happens. Now, some of you maybe could go ahead and still start your brassicas, but that's what I ended up buying, because here, if I tried to start them now, it's going to get too hot by the time they get big enough to put outside. So I picked up a few and picked up some more onions. I like to grow a lot of onions. Now, these may not look so great, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to get them to perk up and look a little better, because I'm not going to be able to get these in the ground until probably next week. Technically, these things would be perfectly fine like they are until next week, but I want to do something just to give them a little head start, to get my hands dirty. The boys are going to help, so they help me do everything. Here are the onions that I started in that garden planting video. So they're doing good. Here in East Tennessee, it would be perfectly fine to go ahead and start planting these. Oh, I bought some more tomato seeds because that's what I do. Anyway, I am not going to get these started this week. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get them started next week, but I wanted to go ahead and get my hands on them so that when I do have a minute to put them in the garden, I don't have to go purchase them, come home, do all the things. I've got them ready to go. I bought some cabbages, and these were like $2.49 for the pack, but I looked to see, I'm going to pull this out. This one has 3 cabbages in the one little plug. So that's a little tip. If you're buying some at the store, look through. Like this one has 1 in it. Most of them do, but that one had 3. I didn't notice that. This one has 2. So in this 4-pack, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cabbages for $2.50. So not bad. I try to do that for all of them. I got some cauliflower, some red cabbages, and I got some spinach. Spinach doesn't like to transplant, but we're going to give it a try. Let's get everything set up. I'm going to put these in a seed roll. Like I said, totally not necessary, but I want to give these a little head start. Now, if I put these in the ground, they would perk up immediately. If I left them alone, they'd be fine. See how the roots are, and it's getting a little leggy? See how it's... I just want to give them a little head start until I get ready to plant these in the next week or so. So I'm just going to, this way they can get a little extra nutrients, have a little more root space. I can separate these 3, and I'm just going to pull them apart. They should be fine. Cabbages aren't super sensitive that way. Oh, and this one had the 2. I'm just going to gently pry them apart. And we're going to have them. This is just going to give them a little extra nutrients. Give those roots a little extra room to spread out. Now, in case you're new here, my name's Loana, and I do something called a seed roll method. I did not start this method. I will link the lady who did. Her name is Farida Sober, I don't know. And she has all kinds of info on Instagram on how she does this. I have lots of videos how I started these seeds, but there you go. They will be a little happier. Again, not necessary, but this is what I'm doing. Now, I believe these are early jerseys, and this is one, and you can see it wasn't rooted in very good. So for what would have been 16 cabbages, by looking for the extra plants in each little pot, I ended up with 21. So let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I ended up with 6 extra. So now this would just be the same as if you were up potting. If you took these and put them in a little larger pot, and where that soil is moist, if anything falls out, you can just plump some up in the bottom. But that is basically acting the same as if you would have taken each individual plant and put them in a little larger pot, because you could see they were already all roots, and again, they would have been fine, but they're going to be happier, and I think we'll start with healthier plants in about a week and a half when we actually get time to plant these out, and I'm going to do it. So I'll show you all of those here in a minute. But another thing I picked up, and last week we talked about, let me get this cleaned up. Last week we talked about herbs, and I did not go there to pick up herbs. I still haven't started the herbs. That was just last week. We've had some family members in the hospital, lots of doctor's appointments. Everybody's fine. But that happens, and you just can get a little behind sometimes. However, I found this parsley, and this is Italian large leaf parsley. I want to show you something. Each one of these, that's a parsley plant. Can you see that? Each one of those. I think I will up pot these, because look, these roots are really compacted. It's hard to tell how long this has been in here. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Now you could just put this in one big pot, but I think I'm going to split it up. Let's make a roll. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I'm just playing. Ew. And we might learn a little something. 1, 2. I mean, you can see it's got nice big long roots. Now, to be quite honest, parsley may not like their roots disturbed, but we're fixing to find out. Let's scooch them a little closer together. Well, I'm anxious to see if it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 14 flat leaf parsley plants. So, fun experience. We'll see what they look like in a week or two. So we've got the cauliflower, and I got 2 extra cauliflower. We're going to do the same thing to those, and I'll show you when I'm completely done. But let's look at the onions. I did start the onions. It might be about the same amount, but not quite. And they'll be ready in no time. These are onion slips, and they are shipped dry. They're fine. They pull them out, and they still have a lot of dirt on them, and they're bundled up. There's probably about 50 in here, and you can see they're kind of icky, but they'll perk right up pretty fast. But you can see they just got a lot of dead leaves in there, but they'll be fine. But what I did to kind of give them a little jump start, and I started doing this several years ago, but I will soak them in a little bit of water just overnight. You don't leave them in water because they'll rot, but that just kind of gives everybody a good drink. They look 100% better than they did yesterday. I wish I'd have took video of that, but oh my gosh, they are happy. And it's fine. That's how they do them. It's fine. They just get really dehydrated and drawn up, and then as soon as you put them in the soil, they perk back up and do just fine. But let me show you what I'm going to do with them. Now, technically these would be just fine, but since it's going to be about a week, I'm going to stick them in a little bit of soil. Now, I'm not going to plant them. I'm just going to put some soil in here, kind of loosen them up, get these roots touching the soil. That way they will improve. They'll be happier. It'll give them a little snack. Now, last year I did this with leeks. A friend of ours ordered leeks. That's another tip. If you have some friends and you want to order a few things, go in together and it'll save shipping. 3 of us went in on an order of leeks, and they were delivered, and then I was going to get them to the other friend, and it was going to be a week or 2 before she was ready for them. So I just stuck them in the ground out in the raised bed, and by the time I got them to her, they had doubled in size, and they would have been fine just waiting. But by the time she got them, they were so much happier. I mean, you can see that's normal, no big deal, but it's just kind of gross. So I'm just going to spread these out. I'm just going to let these roots kind of touch the soil, and they're a little more open. Now, me putting them in that water made them all sloppy like that. Now, I could leave them in this like this and just put them in the soil and they'd be fine, but I'm going to take that rubber band off. But again, you could just pop them in like that. But I can tell these apart because the ones, they're more yellowy. This is a Vidalia. These are a sweet white onion. And they're just loose. Those little roots have access to the little snack in the dirt, a little bit of nutrients. And then these are a sweet candy red. I like the sweet onions. So. And these will be just fine. And I'm just going to stick them under here. And I might water them from the bottom just a little, but these are fine for about a week. I wouldn't leave this like this long because they could still get a little funky in there. But I'm going to put them down here. We'll have a fan running. They'll be fine. If that was going to be a while, you can pull those out and do them in the seed roll. I did my onions in the seed roll. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I have a video on that where I would kind of up plant them into that seed roll, so go check that out. And if it wasn't going to get down in the teens a few nights next week, well, 20 one night and like 19 the next, I would just put them in the ground outside. I don't want to fool with it, and I don't want to take any chances. Like I mentioned in my garden plan video, I had lots of great plans. I just kind of wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to know you can just cut yourself some slack. It's your garden. It doesn't have to go perfect. We're still going to have food. Now the seed rolls. I will start some seeds here in a minute. I don't know if this spinach will be happy or not, but we're going to try. When I cleared out one of the raised beds, I found about 5 spinach plants that had made it through the winter. One of the reasons I was so bummed about this, I wanted to get the cabbages and cauliflower and things planted so much sooner, was here in our area, cabbages, cauliflowers, broccoli, it gets too hot too fast, and I have a feeling it's going to get hotter faster this spring. Who knows? This weather has been crazy. Little tip on the bottoms, just kind of push down and pat the bottoms, firm the bottoms up. If it comes out of the bottom, just pack some up in there. It'll be okay. The spinach, it looks happier already. Time will tell. So I feel a little more caught up now, and I'm going to start some more seeds, and I am going to do the seed roll method. I'm going to start some kale and some lettuce and peas. So what we have here is we have our kohlrabi. I still need to label that. Our lettuce, our kale, and peas. And this is still our chamomile from last week. It is slow to germinate. I will put the humidity dome on these, and we'll put them down here on a heat mat. Gardening can really teach you patience. We're not going to stress about it. We're going to do the best we can with the time we have and with what we have access to. Sometimes we just got to adjust and move forward and clean our nails. We got to experiment a little bit. So in about a week or two, we will look back in on, see how these guys are doing. Oh, the onions. Remember, I'll just check on these. I won't have to water them much. They've got a little bit of snack in their soil down here to keep them going. But all of this, hopefully, will go in the ground in about a week, week and a half. We're supposed to get some really cold weather like Monday and Tuesday, and then it's going to be back up in the 70s, I believe. And when I get a minute, I can go out and pop them in the garden. I feel so much better, and that was fun. There is still a lot of things to get started, and we will be working on that soon. But look how much space this saves. That is a lot of plants in one tray. I love the seed roll method. So go check out those videos. I would love to hear what you guys are starting right now in your area. So let me know that in the comments. And hopefully next week, that tallow balm video. I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. My name is Loana, and this is Little Bit of Homestead.